मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Yana Vinaka and Good Morning Fiji. In this bulletin, new program to prepare Fiji for tourist arrivals. Agricultural produce dominates Fiji's export volume. And cane farmer benefits from insurance scheme payment.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Tourism Fiji has launched a Care Fiji commitment program to reassure visitors that Fiji is a safe destination for their next holiday. As part of the commitment, hotels and resorts that sign up will have to have enhanced sanitation practices, practice physical distancing, have contact tracing and case identification protocols.
Currently the top travel destination in the world, given our containment of COVID-19, and this initiative will enhance our position as the best option for holidaymakers.
It is crucial that consumers see and recognize the changes, and also that they are assured that Fiji is not only the best holiday destination, but the safest.
As part of the commitment, frontline tourism workers will have a COVID-19 safe training program, and all facilities must have a wellness ambassador. Visitors from COVID-19 contained countries and territories can enter Fiji without quarantine, but Permanent Secretary for Health Dr. James Wong says discussions on identifying these countries are still underway.
To test, the country has to have the capacity to identify cases, contain those cases, and there must be some form of surveillance that allows them to pick new cases. On top of that, the testing capability need to measure up to where we are.
However, border restrictions for other travellers with 14-day mandatory quarantine remains. Visitors must have the Care Fiji app installed and follow all necessary requirements, such as wearing face masks.
So the Care Fiji commitment is a destination-wide assurance that Fiji is ready to welcome back travellers to its shores in a post-COVID world.
Tourism Minister Fayaz Koya says the Care Fiji commitment is their obligation to the health and safety of everyone who lives and travels to Fiji. Koya adds at the end of the day, the safety and well-being of Fijians will be paramount. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Agricultural produce has dominated the volume of Fiji's exports via special freight or cargo flights in the last 6 months. Economy Minister Syed Kayum highlighted the sector has noted an increase in exports despite the pandemic. He adds about 85% of the freight in recent months consisted of agricultural produce. Syed Kayum says the show sets a platform for every Fijian to grow and nourish agricultural products for sustenance amid the pandemic.
A lot of them are now actually returning to and doing those activities or those those subsistence farming themselves. People started growing food even in the suburbs, in Suva, the suburb areas of Nandera and various other places.
A 74-year-old sugarcane farmer from Ba who lost his 3-bedroom home in a fire will soon be able to build a new house. Prime Minister Vorengen Bainimarama handed over the bundled insurance scheme payment from Fiji Care to Ganeshwa of Natunuku yesterday. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The $3,000 payout will greatly benefit Ganeshwa and his family.
I will build a house for my son, right? Close, 5 rupees. Clothes, and he will give me clothes, pots, utensils like this. I want to build his house.
Nearly 12,000 active cane growers under the age of 65 are covered under this scheme.
Beneficiaries received their payouts within 24 to 48 hours of lodging claims, and as of last June, $982,000 was claimed by 251 growers that have benefited for different purposes.
Bainimarama also handed over the grant agreement from the Ministry of Sugar to the Sugarcane Growers Fund.
So when the Sugarcane Growers Fund asked the government to consider paying the growers' premium from July to December 2020, we said yes.
The total amount paid was over $3,000. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The COVID-19 pandemic has not only increased reliance on the internet and digital network, it's also increased the risk of cyber attacks. A panel discussion in this regard was held by Get Safe Online Fiji to expand public cybersecurity awareness. Police are also working with businesses to create a safe environment online. That's IT consultant Jim Thora says businesses and individuals need to take cybercrime seriously.
We are trying to find a platform where we can raise awareness in terms of using social media, increasing the security in social media. We have resources, we have counterparts that are willing to help us in raising awareness and providing security services or consultant services to the business community.
The Lambasa taxi owners have raised concerns regarding the road conditions in the Northern Division. Chair of Legal-Based Taxis, Mahen Prasad, says that they have to fork out extra from their pockets to pay for the maintenance of their taxis. Prasad believes the condition of roads is a major reason for traffic congestion.
That's why it's a very long queue, congestion of traffic. All the public, not only taxi, the private people, they are being affected.
The Fiji Roads Authority has confirmed that they are doing the routine maintenance of both sealed and gravel roads. They've also started the resealing program for roads in Natua and Lambasa. The Lyndhurst Group of Companies Catalyst Foundation yesterday handed over $20,000 worth of medical equipment to the Health Ministry. Foundation trustee Rokoseru Nambalarua says the consignment is earmarked for the Vunisea Rural Hospital, which was hit hard by Tropical Cyclone Harold. The donation comprises of medical consumables, linen, beds, medical supplies and equipment. Lyndhurst Group of Companies was closed during the COVID-19 lockdown period. However, the foundation was busy sourcing relief supplies to affected Fijians.
Our owner asked me, what can I do to help the people of Kandavu? And I know the devastation was quite a lot, and I said, we can't help only one village. And that's when I said, probably the best thing to do is see if we can help Vunisea Hospital. Because whatever we can provide to Vunisea Hospital will touch everyone in Kandavu.
The United Nations office in Suva launched a new website in an effort to complement and disseminate timely information from all its 26 UN agencies. It's a concrete step towards this year's United Nations 75th anniversary theme, which is the future we want, the UN we need. UN communications and advocacy analyst Sanya Ragiro says the website has been activated from last night. The new One UN website aims to create awareness and advocacy on their work in the region.
That's what a large part of this website is hoping to do, to make us more accountable, to show the people on an everyday basis what it is we do. But this is not just a show and tell. This is about getting, when you know more, you're able to engage more.
Fiji has constantly punched above its weight in many aspects of the past 50 years, working towards the social, economic and equality empowerment. Vodafone Fiji Chief Executive Ronald Prasad says their foundation has made over $30 million worth of social investments in Fijian communities over the years. Prasad says this is part of their corporate social responsibility and their way of giving back to Fijian communities. The Vodafone CEO says their World of Difference charities, they manage to reach out to those who are physically, socially or economically disadvantaged and the most vulnerable and needy in our communities.
With a World of Difference investment of around 1.2 million, we saw some 50-fold rate of return on this investment. And the credit goes out to the hard work of these charities, their donors, the hard-working, dedicated team of staff, volunteers, and also the relevant stakeholders.
Up ahead, Nanukuloa ready for Rewa. And Rakoura impressed with young players.
Pula nadang go approach lang kerse, go erkraki. Do televizyon na barong na Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibiti.
Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibiti.
The Nanukuloa rugby side is rearing to take the field in their Vodafone Vanua Cup Challenge semi-final against Rewa. The side has been in camp over the past 2 weeks as they gear up for their crucial match. These players are aware that it will not be an easy task, as whoever wins this match automatically gets a spot in the Skipper Cup competition next year. They've also been fine-tuning a number of areas before kick-off tomorrow. Nanukuloa will host Rewa at Gavi Park in Tavua at 3 p.m.
This week we're really working hard on our scrum We watching Rewa's game for the last couple of few weeks. They are good on their scrum, and their efforts are really big. So that's why we're working our scrum this week.
Ratachosua Dhambesala never imagined playing 2 matches in a local rugby league competition would change his life forever. A missionary for the last 7 years, Ratachosua has been called up to play for the Eastern States Blues against the Western State Maroons in the Vanua State of Origin tomorrow. Rugby has given Prop Chosua Dhambesala a new perspective on life, and he's keen to see where it takes him.
I had no interest in playing rugby league while I'm growing up. I only played 7s, 15s in high school until we went on to play for the Tambandamu side. I had my own plans, but I think God has his own, which led me to where I am today.
Former Fiji Pearls coach and captain Unaisi Rakora is amazed with the efforts of the 42 players making up the 4 teams for the Digicel Punjab's Reset Netball Championship. Rakora believes the tournament will bring out the best not only from the players but the technical officials as well. The teams will battle it out in the next 4 weekends starting this Saturday, and the championship will serve as a trials too because after the tournament a 25-member Fiji Pearl squad will be named.
No, the commitment has been just amazing, and the training, we've got 42 squad members who are training every day at 6 a.m. in the morning, and yeah, it's been very impressive. And for that as well, as you can see, we're all not just upskilling the players, but also you see we've got in terms of capacity building, building our local coaches.
Quick look at the weather map for today. It is finally Friday, the end of another work week, and it is the 16th of October. As much as I'd like to share wonderful news of sunshine, unfortunately we have a heavy rain warning which remains in force for Viti Levu, Vanua Levu, Kandavu and nearby smaller islands, the Yasawa and the Mamanutha groups. A heavy rain alert remains in force for the rest of the Fiji group. A trough of low pressure with associated cloud and rain approaches the group from the west and is expected to affect the Fiji group from today. And that is UFBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Bola, minuni mereka yang untuk terletak di Bula FM, nombor 2 NSR.
Bula FM, nombor 2 NSR.